Does everything happen for a reason? True story number 1. Mr. Clark and his wife worked hard and saved money, making plans for their 9 children and themselves to migrate from Scotland to the United States. It took them 10 years to fulfill that dream. Finally, they saved enough and had gotten passports and reservations for the whole family on a new liner to the United States. They were filled with anticipation and excitement about their new life. However, a week before their departure, the youngest son was bitten by a dog. After the boy was treated, the doctor told Mr. Clark that the entire family is going to be quarantined for 2 weeks because of the possibility of rabies. The family's dreams were crashed. They would not be able to make the trip to America as they had planned. Mr. Clark was filled with disappointment and anger. He cursed both his son and God for their misfortune. Few days later, April 15, 1912, a tragic news spread throughout Scotland. Titanic had sunk. After striking an iceberg, the unsinkable ship had sunk, taking 1,500 lives with it. Mr. Clark's family was to have been on that ship, but because his son was bitten by a dog, they were left behind in Scotland. As soon as Mr. Clark heard the news, he hugged his son and thanked him for saving the family. He prayed for forgiveness and was grateful to God for saving their lives, turning what he had felt was a tragedy into a blessing. On September 11, 2001, often referred to as 9/11 terrorist attacks caused by the Al-Qaeda group against the United States. There are a lot of people who lost their lives. These 2 individuals could have been among the casualties. True story number 2. On September 10, 2001, while Mr. Keith was driving his brand new BMW through Central Park, his car shifted into first gear unexpectedly. He rang for an appointment at the sales agency around 7 o'clock the following morning, with the hopes of making it to a meeting in downtown Manhattan at 8 o'clock. When he got to the BMW sales agency, the following day, the technician refused to work before 8. So he waited an hour for a 3-minute repair. He left the sales agency and raced down the expressway to get to his meeting on the 73rd floor of Tower 2 of the World Trade Center. While he was on the expressway, he saw smoke coming out of the top of the first tower that was hit. He immediately turned on the radio, because he knew it was a terror attack at that point. He was fortunate his car broke down. True story number 3. Mrs. Gelman rode the Port Authority subway train through the World Trade Center station on her daily commute to work. However, on September 7, 2001, she was laid off, causing her to feel hurt, angry, and depressed. After 4 days, she heard about the 9/11 terror attack. She was supposed to be there as well. Being laid off turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Yes, we can trust that God's undeniable providence is always at work. Things in life might seem unexplainable. Perhaps you're struggling due to the worldwide lockdown brought by the pandemic. You may be unemployed at the moment. Maybe you have been enduring physical, emotional pain. You may be suffering from an illness. You may be going through a breakup. Maybe you're dealing with the grief of a loved one passing away. Whatever you are facing, I would like you to know that even when negative things happen, God can work His purpose out of your situation. Many things that are impossible for humans are possible for God. I'm not saying that you should be happy this is happening. However, the Bible reminds us that we have an omnipotent God. He is able to work situations out for us behind the scenes, and not everything is a coincidence. It is more about God's deeper purpose, for reasons known only to Himself.